Yeah, I really need to start. I always need to start with a fucking yawn. God damn you. The restream doesn't want to work, god damn you. Ah, fuck that. Here. Oh, wait, I saw a message. I'm just gonna lurk. Okay. Thank you anyway. I know where my ass went. Dangan, Ronpa. Wait, which one is newer? Oh, this one. Yeah, okay, I remember now. God damn you. Finally got them. The stream on my phone didn't want to work. Wait, I was looking for someone, yes? Nothing here. Or rather, no one. Okay, I remember. This button, no. Fuck, this button, no. On the first floor, I need to stay here. Okay. I'm looking for someone. I think. I forgot. God damn! I got scared. Someone come here! What? That was Hina. She's supposed to be checking the third floor. There was no time to think. I was running for the stairs before I knew what was happening. I flew up the stairs leading to the third floor. Right away, I saw her standing there in the hallway.
Please!
Makoto! Hina, what's wrong? It's awful. The rec room door was open, and when I looked inside, I saw your mom. No, what did you see? I better go get the others, right? I'm going to get them. You go on ahead, Makoto. Before I could say anything, she was rushing downstairs. The rec room. What did she see in there? At this point, I was used to acting without thinking, so without thinking, I leaped into the rec room. The first thing I saw when I got in the rec room was... Oh, she got beat up. It was Celeste, and she was hurt. What is this? This is some kind of wooden hammer or something. Pretty strange design. There's some writing on the head. Justice? Hammer? 1? That is the hammer he attacked me with. I barely managed to avoid the blow, but I stumbled and fell. I know, of course, my lack of daily exercise. So you were attacked with this. Justice Hammer 1. Okay, let's talk. Makoto. Celeste, what happened? I was stupid. I got attacked. Attacked? By who? I am not sure, but some sort of strange man. Strange man? A suspicious person whose existence is so unusual, I can't help but call him strange. Without a doubt, it was some sort of strange, suspicious individual. That man attacked me with the hammer on the ground here. Magoto, Celeste!
Okay.
I found Sakura.
What?
Celeste, what on earth happened here? Apparently she was attacked by some kind of strange man. Strange man? That's everything you can remember, Celeste. Be as detailed as you can. I forgot what voice I gave to Sakura. I think the one I... No, I don't think this was the one that I am giving right now. It's like very... Oh, something like that, maybe. And I don't know. Well, I woke up this morning until before 7 AM. Nighttime was not yet over. But I knew it was about to end, so I decided it would be okay if I decided to take a little stroll around the first floor. I understand now that that was a mistake. Anyway, that is where I first saw the strange man. I was immediately worried of him. He was obviously suspicious, so I decided to follow after him in secret. As I followed, I saw him go into the rec room. I tried to peek through the gap in the door. Just when he noticed me, and that's when you were attacked. It happened after 7 AM, just after nighttime had ended. So if it happened just after 7 o'clock, then that was just about an hour ago. Right when we were all meeting in the dining hall. The attack caused me to lose consciousness, which would mean I was unconscious for about an hour.
But
Well, I'm just glad that you weren't hurt too badly. This is because I begged and groveled for my life. You did?
as for me,
Oh, now she's alright. She recovered. I told him I would do anything if he spared me. I offered to lick his boots, whatever it took. Well, shit.
I see.
So you were willing to throw away all your pride.
indeed.
It is a necessary skill for survival. Anyway, the important thing now is that we go search for the suspicious individual. If we do not hurry, this could become a serious problem. Celeste, what do you mean a serious problem? Why did the camera go like a bit to the right? When I looked in the rec room, I saw that the suspicious man was not alone. He had with him Hifumi. Hifumi? After he attacked me, he dragged Hifumi away.
What?
You mean Hifumi was kidnapped?
Um,
Should we start looking for him then? Right, listen, Celeste, did anything in particular stand out about this strange guy? Did anything stand out? Well, rather than trying to explain it, I would probably be faster if I simply showed you. Show us.
indeed.
This is Hifumi's hand me down his digital camera. Don't mean
Actually,
I was able to photograph the suspicious individual without him realizing it. Seriously, let's see it! I would tell you to be shocked, but I fear it would do you no good. With that strange comment in mind, we all looked at the camera. What the actual fuck? Huh? What? Well, you were definitely right about the strange part, their face all covered. RG. Huh. Maybe it's AG? Do I have anyone who starts with A? And ends... Oh, it's alive, of course. And it's... J... If it's R, then maybe it's... no one here starts with R, so... That's a robot costume? As I said, it's a very strange and suspicious individual, yes. So this weird robot guy dragged Hifumi away? And I took this right after being attacked. In other words, a full hour ago. Just why if we don't hurry, it could become a serious problem.
See.
I believe I understand what happened. Well, no, there is much I don't understand, but... The point is, someone dressed like that dragged Hifumi away. And it happened over an hour ago.
Just a sec.
This is bad, we have to hurry! Celeste, do you know where this mysterious man went?
Let's see.
When they left the rec room, they headed left.
I see.
That's true. They were headed towards the stairs leading into the second floor. Then he must be down there, right? The second floor, that's where Kyoko was supposed to be. Huh? Speaking of which, isn't Kyoko here? Sorry, I didn't have time to go look for her.
This is bad.
This is bad. If the strange man did head to the second floor, Kyoko might run into him. You have to hurry. Kyoko's in danger. As soon as the words were out of my mouth, we all rushed out of the room and went to the second floor. Okay, no messages. Hey, you two! Oh, the wrong voice. What's going on? What's all the fuss? Yeah, you guys playing a game or something?
What are you saying?
Does it freaking look like we're playing a game? Listen, have either of you seen Kyoko or Hifumi?
You've gotta be kidding.
Nope. Certainly haven't. Are they on this floor? We just got here ourselves. I heard some kind of uproar, so I came running. We came here together.
Stop talking.
No, you're just stalking me. Anyways, can you guys help us look for them? Why? What happened? There's no time now. We'll explain later.
That's fine.
Well, fine. It sounds like something interesting is going on.
Okay.
Hifumi, Kyoko! If you can hear me, say something! Her voice echoes down in the hall in vain.
Oh.
Did you hear something? Maybe. It came from the library. The library! Okay, let's go! Ran to the library as as fast as our legs would carry us. When we opened the door to the library... It hurts. Sorry, the wrong voice. I can't remember the voice I was giving. It hurts. It hurts. I found Hifumi seriously injured. Are you okay? I'm glad to see you. See, you're still alive. It's Roberto. Look at all the blood.
What?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robot Justice. That's what I said to call him just now.
What did you say?
What are you talking about? A second hammer. It's a hammer, just like the one Celeste was attacked with in the rec room, but this one is just this hammer too. On top of that, this one is actually a little bigger than the first one. He attacked me with that hammer. He bugged me a hit on the head with it.
Well.
A hammer that big. I'm surprised he's still okay. I'm not okay. Look at all this blood.
Hey,
Protein helps heal wounds. Helps heal wounds, you know. Would you like some? I have never heard such a thing. Are you sure it isn't just you? Anyways, let's talk with him. That guy was Robot Justice.
Indeed.
This Robot Justice you are referring to is this, is it not?
What the hell am I looking at?
Good fucking question. This is the one that attacked Celeste in Hifumi. Isn't it right, Hifumi? That's him. I'm sure of it. Robot Justice.
It can't be.
Robot Justice, huh?
damn.
It just keeps getting stranger. It's him! A robot of justice, huh? Now things are really starting to get exciting. What kind of special moves does it have? Can it fly? Can it combine?
What?
Why is he here?
Are you okay with this?
Let's not concern ourselves with him. Let us not concern ourselves with him. What we need to do is get Hifumi to the nurse's office right away. Whatever else we do, he needs to be treated as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go! Thanks everyone! We moved Hifumi to the nurse's office on the first floor, so we could take care of his injuries. How are you feeling, Hifumi? You want me to take a look at you? I'm okay. I figured stop bleeding. I'm still kinda dizzy, you know.
So then,
Perhaps you should rest a while.
I
Yeah,
suppose.
good idea.
Well then.
The rest of us should get back to looking for that mysterious island.
Yes, indeed.
Indeed, before another victim appears. Just as hammers seem to be increasing in size, first one and now two.
So, in other words,
If there is a justice hammered free, we can only assume it is even bigger than the first two. You got hit with anything bigger than that, you'd be dead for sure. Tell us what happened to you, Hifumi. Well, I woke up early this morning, started looking for alter ego ahead of everyone else. I went to the first floor, and that's where the strange costume man attacked me. This must be what I witnessed at around 7 this morning. After that, he dragged me to the library and whack! Down came the hammer. That must have been 30 or 40 minutes ago. At around 7:30, in other words, we would have still been in the dining hall. Which means Hina, Sakura and I were together and Kyoko was still with us. So we all have alibis. Alibis? Alibis? Albinos. It was in... I was in the laundry room, doing my laundry. His black underwear is as black as the pitch black darkness of the blackest night.
what?
Why do you know that? Isn't it obvious? Cause I was speaking! Anyway, so that means Byakuya and Toko were together at that time. Meaning they all have alibis. Then the only one who don't have alibis for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked are the only two we haven't seen yet, Hiro and Taka. That's it, right?
Very strange.
By the way... wrong voice. By the way, what happened to Kyoko? I haven't seen her anywhere. Oh yeah, she was supposed to be checking the second floor, but I didn't see her up there at all. Where could she have disappeared to? She's disappeared, huh? What a strange woman. Kyoko. Kyoko, huh? Yeah. We didn't see Taka and Yasu. Yeah, well, he was with us. Was he not? Oh. Hiro and Taka don't have really... I don't think they were with us. As it was Kyoko that were not with us? Oh! Ah, you can take screen. We can do something like that. I didn't know that. Oh, auto. No, auto. No, Grand Theft Auto. I'm pressing buttons because I forgot how it was. How do you check? I completely forgot. Oh, never mind. Might be exactly as I expected. Hold on! Ryuka was with us in the dining hall when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked, so... I'm talking about who attacked them. Huh?
In other words,
I'm referring to what we talked about last night. Who the mastermind spy might be. Are you saying Kyoko's working with the mastermind? That's not possible,
what?
isn't it? This woman who seems almost eager to handle dead bodies hasn't even revealed her true identity.
Hey,
Save this discussion for later. Right now we need to focus on finding the suspicious individual.
Okay.
Yeah, if we don't hurry, there's only gonna be more victims. That might be why Kyoko and Taka and Hiro haven't showed up. She's right. We have to do something about that mystery man first. Don't worry about me. I'll catch up with you guys after I rest for a bit. Understood. Take care of yourself.
well then.
Okay, let's go. So that is running around, why are they wearing that weird costume? Don't bother looking for reasons for a deviant.
What to do?
So, what are we gonna do? Split up and look around? Our opponent is very dangerous. We don't know what they're capable of, even here.
What?
What's wrong? It's a shadow. Something moving around at the top of the stairs. Really? On the second floor then! You bastard! You won't get away from me! You'll shoot towards the stairs. He must be around here somewhere. Let's split up and corner him. I don't take any chances. As soon as you find him, call out and come running.
Oh,
Okay, but what should we yell?
just a second.
Anything, it doesn't matter!
So
Then is... Okay?
What are you saying?
Or or whatever you want. But still loud enough so we can hear you. So yeah? I have never had such a reaction. Okay, whatever, just hurry up and start looking. Okay, let's go. Hey, Mr. Root, where are you heading? If you don't come out, we're gonna decommission you. We spread out in every direction to track down the custom suspect. Maybe library? That's where... The strange cry had to be Celeste. Came from the floor above. She's on the third floor. Turned up to the third floor.
Everyone,
Over here, everyone! Anyone who heard the scream had come running.
just a second.
Celeste, what's wrong?
What?
That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further into the hallway and disappeared. He must be down this hall. Come on, let's go. What is it now? Achoo! Huh? Whoa, it's really true. What the fuck? It doesn't matter right now. Huh? What was that? Came from the stairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. It's bad. Come on, we have to go back.
What?
About the suspect. We've gone to all this trouble to capture him, right? Why don't we split into the groups?
It's all clear now.
I'll lead the hunting party. That seems much more interesting.
So then,
Farewell, then Makoto and Hina. You come with me to the nurse's office. I leave the capture of the suspicious individual to Toko, Sakura and Byakuya.
So then.
We'll handle it. Just go take care of Himumi. Okay, you guys be careful. Let me split into the groups. Me, Celeste, and Hina all run downstairs to the first floor.
just a second.
The nurse's office. Let's go. We stormed into the nurse's office and what greeted us was a world of dripping crimsons. Ooh, that's a fact. Oi, oi, oi. Everything was covered in red. That's pink. In the center of all this red was Hifumi. He's sleeping very good. right, shot, right? Ah!
What?
It looks like something very bad has happened. No shit, Sherlock. I certainly was not expecting this. Not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered. The Celeste was talking.
No way.
Murdered? No, you're not serious, are you? He's not really dead, is he?
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
What the? That was the body discovery announcement. The body discovery announcement. When 3 or more people discover a body after a murder, that's what plays. Since we just heard it, that means must mean Hifumi. Someone kill him. One of us. I'm just gonna look. Taka seems to be okay. But Hifumi also is not updated, so okay. One of us? Look at that! Miss Celeste said that she pointed out something on the floor, something that had also been on the floor after the last 2 surprise attacks. Is it Justice Hammer 3? Another hammer! Justice Hammer 3! It's even bigger than the other 2! Just as I suspected, one strike from that and you are finished. That the killer. There can be no doubt. We no doubt. A suspicious individual. Going by what Hifumi called him. The culprit must be Robo Justice. Whoever is hiding that costume is the one that killed Hifumi. But wait, you saw him on the third floor, right? Running back into the hall. So how did he end up in the nurse's office? Not saying they, like, teleported or something, right?
Are you okay with this?
We can figure that part out later. Right now, we have to tell others. You're right.
So
Then shall we go? Oh, Hina, snap out of this. Huh? Are you okay, Hina? Sorry, I'm not sure I can move right now. I'm feeling kinda... There's a problem. We can't just leave Hina be here alone. Okay, then. Then I'll go for everyone. You stay here with Hina. Very well, I'll leave it to you then. Okay, I'll be back soon. Oh no, I was talking. Oh god. Try to sound confident and upbeat, but I still can't stop trembling from what I just been through. Everyone else is on the third floor. I have to hurry. This is where everyone was chasing after the suspicious individual. Where was he headed? That was him. It was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him in the strange costume and ran off as soon as I screamed. I was breaking the stairs. He ran up further into the hallway and disappeared. On off going further down the hallway, way into the back of the hallway. There are wooden mallets hanging on the wall. If I had to guess, sculpturing. Oh, is there a few of them missing? Maybe a clue for later. As far as I can tell, there's nobody here. Still, I feel some kind of presence. Yeah, I'm sure I can feel someone's presence. The presence is coming from over there, in the back. I through the doorway. And when I did, I found another nightmare. The second nightmare of the day was waiting there to greet me. No! Taka drink his hair! Oh, and he's... there, in a pool of his own pink sauce, was Taka sleeping very uncomfortably.
Dangan Ronpa.
Hifumi's body discovered. Hifumi's sleeping, discovered in the nurse's office. Taka's sleeping also discovered in the equipment room. I was witness to two nightmares, one right after another. Oh, they were nightmares. This is harsh reality. A true nightmare is this reality I have to face every day. But still, is this happening? Oh, how what's her name? I forgot. Toko sleeping because pink sauce. Toko? Don't tell me, Toko too? Relax. She just passed out when she saw the pink sauce. The pink sauce. Oh, that's right. So Toko is Toko. She has a fear of pink sauce. We tried everything to get her to wake up, but no luck. Let's leave her be for now. Just like he said, I should just leave her now for now. Even bigger hammer! Oh my god, another hammer. Now it's just a hammer 4. It's even bigger than before. That suspicious individual responsible for killing, for making Taka sleep too.
However,
But why is it Justice Hammer 4? Huh? What do you mean? Celeste was attacked with Justice Hammer 1, then Hifumi was hit with Justice Hammer 2. But this time it was Justice Hammer 4, and what happened to the number 3? Ah!
What?
What's the matter? Well, when you mentioned Justice Hammer 3, you just reminded me.
What?
Out with it. Do you know do you know something? Actually, Taka's not the only one that's have been sleeping. Hifumi is sleeping too.
What? Hey!
Hifumi's been fallen asleep. Yeah,
I see.
which is why you came to get us. Then we'd better go check it out. Of course, come on. So Sakura, Byakuya and I rushed out of the physics lab. But as soon as we were out of the physics lab...
Oh,
Ah, Celeste, aren't you supposed to be waiting in the nurse's office?
okay.
Something has come up. Yeah, I heard Hifumi is sleeping, right?
Indeed.
Well, that is not all. It's not at all. Well, that is not all. It is gone. Huh? What's gone? It has disappeared. Disappeared. Hifumi's sleeping body has disappeared. What?
What did you
What are
say?
you talking about? It's disappeared. Don't be ridiculous.
Come on.
Are you serious?
What?
What the heck is happening here? Everyone, back to the nurse's office! I practically leaped down the stairs, nearly losing my balance. Reached the nurse's office completely out of breath. I couldn't believe my eyes. Hivomi's sleeping was there a few minutes ago. Minutes earlier. It just disappeared? Me and Celeste went to the bathroom. We were only gone for like a minute. Then, when we got back,
Indeed.
this must be the work of the culprit. They must have come and carried the sleeping Hifumi away. Must be really. They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused.
Okay.
We're all going to die here. We're going to die, just like those guys died.
What did you say?
I don't believe this. I don't believe a body just disappeared.
Why?
First, there were the 2 murders, and now one of the bodies has been taken. This is unnatural.
Huh?
Hold on, what do you mean 2 murders?
Hina.
Taka's been killed. You found him in the equipment room.
No way.
It can be Taka too? Taka too? It can be. It can be.
Hina.
Hina, calm down. We're gonna die. All of us. They're gonna kill us all. Then who might be next target to? Then who might the next target be? Toko? Huh?
What?
Completely forgot. She's unconscious in the equipment room.
Well,
Left her at the scene of this crime. Oh, the crime. I didn't have a choice. She passed out, and she refused to wake up.
huh?
So she is still unconscious?
Damn.
Wait, so you knew she was still up there and said nothing? Why? That annoying little insect that clings to me whenever I go. We'd be better off without her.
Bastard!
You bastards! Calm down. You forgot about her, didn't you? You have no right to blame me. Everyone, stop fighting! Right now we need to hurry back!
Huh?
I can't take this anymore. I don't want anyone else to die.
Damn.
Byakuya, if something's happened to Toko, I'll never forgive you. Shout out of the nurse's office and bolted up the stairs, heading back to the floor, ran back to the equipment room at full speed. And when we got there, Toko! Thank God you're okay. But the way I noticed, there's something very different here. It was gone. Taka's body, which should have been right here, had disappeared.
This is...
This can't be happening. Are you hallucinating all this or something? No, it's not hallucination. I know I saw it before. But what I'm seeing now isn't what I saw before.
Huh?
What? Are you saying Taka disappeared too?
Stop talking.
Stop saying disappeared. It didn't just vanish into thin air. Obviously, whoever did this has hidden the body. But why would they do that? I couldn't possibly begin to imagine. Anyway, our costume suspect is clearly continuing this his crime spree. We gotta hurry up and catch him before he kills all of us.
Not possible.
Oh, I don't think you have to worry about that. Huh? Think about it. Who could possibly be responsible for killing and hiding these dead bodies?
Well,
When Hifumi's death cry went up, everyone here was together on the 3rd floor.
it is so.
After that, we split up into two groups. And now this time, you all came here as a group from the nurse's office. In other words, the only ones who could have done this are Hiro and Kyoko, who are still missing. Hold on! Second, Kyoko has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. There's no question that she was in the dining hall with us. Seem very adamant about defending her. Perhaps you were in love? That's not it at all.
That's fine.
Well, anyway, yes, I do accept Kyoko's alibi.
Let's see.
Which means the suspicious individual we're looking for can be none other than Hiro. Which further means there will be no more murders. The regulations are very clear about that. Oh, that's right. There's a rule that says you can only kill a maximum of 2 people.
That's right.
As long as that rule is in place, there will not be a 3rd murder. If they were to break the rule. I demise, yeah? Mice again, you have done me in the paste. By the way, did you know that fish paste can also refer to shellfish? Like shrimp or crabs? Indeed.
Let's see.
So, since 2 people have been killed, there's no possibility of any more.
Perhaps.
You knew that from the beginning, didn't you, Byakuya? Which means you knew Toko was never in danger. I still meant that I said we'd be better off without her, though.
In other words,
Anyway, with that in mind, we can now relax and search for the 2 missing bodies. Two people have been killed and their bodies have been hidden. The only one without an alibi, the only one who could have done it, is Hiro. But is he really the killer? What about Kyoko? If she's not involved in this case, where did she go?
what?
Hey, Makoto, what's the matter? Oh no, it's nothing. Whatever. We need to find those bodies, or a little narrative here can move forward.
So then,
Very well. Then let us split up and begin searching.
but
There is no need to be afraid. No more murders will take place during this case.
cause
I know that. I mean, I think I do, but
Hina.
if you're still nervous, I'll come with you.
Huh?
Okay, thank you. No need to thank me. Then let's get moving. Yell out if you find anything. Pico left the equipment room followed by the others. I have to try and find the 2 missing bodies. I have a feeling... I mean, there's no door or anything, so like... Huh? Door must be locked.
Huh?
Where could 2 dead bodies have disappeared to?
Damn.
Need to search for the bodies that have disappeared. What happens after that? This door shouldn't be closed. I even checked it earlier, so I know it's not supposed to be like that. Oh, it's just the door to leave. Okay, no. Celeste. Oh shit, he attacked with this? Just as hammer one? What the heck is with this thing? This locker doesn't seem to be... Yes, I will need to open it. Okay. For what we know, they put hidden them in those lockers, so yeah. Makoto,
Come on.
why are you just standing there? You need to get to the repository. Huh? You mean?
Indeed.
I found them. Humi and Taka's body had both been hidden in the repository.
Goodbye.
I've already told Hina and Sakura. We'll go on head on. Their bodies were in the repository. Where the fuck is the repository? To hurry up to the repository. The fuck is a repository? Oh, if you... Oh, shift and... Oh, I didn't even know that. So the door I was trying to open. Are the bodies here somewhere? Up ahead is the repository. Turn. It's unlocked. I have no choice but to go inside, but earlier it was closed. So I opened the door, and when I entered, I saw... In the same poses! that's how it's possible, I don't know. Two devices that had disappeared were right here, right there. The smell of blood made me gag. What I saw before my eyes was unquestionable, unavoidable, unavering reality. What the fuck is this word? And then I heard the announcement for a second time.
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
And so here we are. Without further ado, let me give you all the next Monokuma file. I was going to hand them out when you find the bodies the first time, but I thought something might happen. It was really hard to resist, but turns out I was right. Just hand it over already. Now make sure to investigate with all your mental might and prepare for the class trial.
See ya later!
Okay, see you later. Well then, now that we've found the bodies, all that's left is to uncover the culprit.
What the heck?
Hold on! How can you be so calm? I mean, they're dead, you know?
Terrible.
Dead, gone forever. They're never coming back. Awful. Just too awful. Hina suddenly bursts into tears. She clutches at Hifumi's lifeless body.
Who would do this? Why? Why?
Large, wet tears fell from her hair. Oh shit. Large, wet tears fell from her eyes. The tears landed on Hifumi's cheeks. If this were some words to make believe, that might have been when Hifumi opened his eyes, but this wasn't a movie. This wasn't.
He's alive again?
Holy shit! Healing tears?
Where am I?
Okay, he's more durable than I thought.
Cold. So cold. Is winter coming?
Hifumi, wake up!
Huh? That's right. I remember now. Hope's Peak.
Come on, you gotta wake up!
I remember everything. Before I met you all. I met you all.
His memories are his memories are all blending together. Has nothing useful to offer us.
The light. It's reaching out to me. Like the tail of a comet.
Hey, Hifumi! Who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you?
Who killed me? That's right. I remember their name. Yasu. Hiro.
His eyes closed, and they never opened again. Death for the second time. Absolute, undeniable death. No matter how many more of Hina's tears splashed his face, there was no second miracle. Reality set in again. This isn't some stereotypical fantasy world. Tears can't restore a person's vitality.
Honestly.
You have no tears, do you? No blood in your veins, no calcium in your bones. At least you have your meat.
Stop talking.
You're just angry. Going out of his way to return, just to leave us with those unnecessary dying words. Now this game has become exceedingly boring. What the fuck? Excitingly boring. He said Yasuhiro, right?
Then perhaps...
Yasuhiro Hagakura is the only person he could have been referring to.
So, in other words,
And with that, the case is solved. Assaulting people and even killing Taka and Hifumi, and then going so far as to hide their bodies. A criminal that hides his face behind a mask and uses a bunch of giant wooden hammers. Is that what Hiro is?
What is this?
If it's true, I can't forgive him. No way can I ever forgive him. To kill two of our friends. Anyway, it's about time we tracked down the culprit. There are little life or death game here. Although, this time it's not all that life or death. The trial will conclude without much trouble.
Indeed.
Yes, it does look that way. It's going to begin again. We have to go through this one more time. Have to accept this. I have no choice but to go through this with this to make sure everyone survives. Just have to do it. Investigation! First I better check the Monokuma file. The victim were Hifumi, Yamada and Kiyotaka Ishimaru. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It is though thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. That's it?
very strange.
Yeah, it's pretty strange. We got way less information this time than before. That is no problem, after all, the events of this case unfolded before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened than the Monokuma file could anyway. Maybe.
Well,
There's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Are you talking about Kyoko?
perhaps.
Without a doubt, she has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. What if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice? An accomplice? An accomplice? What are you doing here?
Monokuma!
Don't be rude. I'm here to answer the question. What question?
Yep.
Talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I? During the first class trial.
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
In other words,
So basically, you can be an accomplice if you want, but there is no gratification in it.
So then,
So are you saying nobody worked together this time either? Sorry, cannot answer that. It would obstruct the free exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure you don't forget. No matter how much you might assist in a murder, only one blackened can graduate. An accomplice gets nothing.
So, in other words,
Then we only need to figure out who that one blackened is that did the killing, right? Just like normal.
Well,
Okay, let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, what you need to determine is
extreme!
the one true blackened, who devised the murder plot and put it into action. The true blackened, so just one person.
Well now,
That's enough for explaining. Now it's down to the final battle between all of you and the blackened. Good luck to all the contestants. So there can be only one blackened. An accomplice wouldn't benefit. Then I can't see any way Kyoko would be connected to this case after all. You may be right. That's true then, Kyoko, where are you?
However,
As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation.
Indeed.
I have absolutely no doubt that Hiro is responsible. But for the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information.
So,
You know, don't you think we should consider a certain someone a suspect just in case? Think about the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. What? I'm offended! You, when did you... I've been looking all over for you, master. When I woke up, you would know where to be found. Anyway, you there, milk suck swimmer girl. Milk suck. She's getting more and more creative with calling her something her boobies.
you gotta be kidding!
Why do I gotta be a suspect?
What the heck?
Well, I mean, you are a serial killer. So what? I'm like a special guest suspect every time. Have an alibi, you know. She's right about that. When he heard Hifumi scream, she was with me. And when the body disappeared, she was still laying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus, Taka's body aside, I can't imagine I can't imagine any way she would have been able to move Hifumi's body. Or he thought. Besides, I calculated every move I make. I'm not gonna kill someone when everyone knows what I look like. They don't call me murderous fiend for nothing.
What are you saying?
Not the kind of thing you should be dragging about.
Let's see.
Another topic. Should we post a guard by the bodies like before? We can't have them disappearing again.
so then,
Hina, I can handle that. You don't mind, do you, Hina? Sure, I totally used some investigation anyway.
it's all clear now.
Then that's that. Let's begin. This whole thing is so strange. Oh, but one of us has an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? But maybe it's just me, but I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as it seems. Yeah, for sure. I also don't think so. It would be too easy. The cameras are hanging on the wall, although some are on mallets. The justice cameras have been designed using this as a model. Either way, all the hammers here have obviously seen a lot of use. They are all covered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait, for some reason this one hammer isn't dirty at all, and it's wet. Someone washed it recently? Spotless hammer, huh, okay. Hey, okay, this is the same. Ooh. It's a dolly. It doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before. I guess it's used to move statues around. Kinda awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. Huh? But wait. Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? And look at the wheel. There's a blood stain on it. So there's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that? Taka. He'll never move again. According to the Malcolm file, Taka died from a blow to the head. He found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. That's what was used to kill him? And there's a tarp plate out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way, there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved. Hifumi's big, cold body is lying on the floor. His really big body. You don't need to call him fat after death! Meanie. You're fucking mean. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move someone so big? From the nurse's office, where he was discovered, to here to the repository room. All the way from the first floor to the third, and all without any noticing it? No one noticing it? How the hell? So good, I just don't get it. Think about it later. For now, I have to finish investigating himself. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was also a blow to the head. Probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was laying on the floor in the nurse's office. Huh? Wait. Something off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body is in the nurse's office versus his body right now. That's it! His glasses! When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered in blood. But now they're completely clean. That means someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that, and why? It's only one way in and out. There's definitely a lock on the door, but it can only be locked from inside the repository. I don't see any way to lock it from in the art room. Byakuya, do you think Hiro really did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders and disappearance all happened, every one of us had an alibi. And the last thing Hifumi said when he died... Yeah, he said Hiro's name.
So, in other words...
That there is no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century, you see. I mean, he is kinda dumb. Do you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding in there somewhere.
What?
And is that it? That's all that bothers you about the case? Well, no, there are a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? They probably figured that if we could find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing that is bothering me is why they bother killing two people.
What?
What? Because all the rule says is if you can kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your number one priority is not getting caught. But killing two people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out.
I see.
Hold on. Perhaps. I see. So that's what that means. Is everything right?
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as we're friends. Huh, what with this attitude? But you have my appreciation.
Goodbye.
Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. His mysterious words hung there as he left the repository. He talked as if he'd figured something out. If he did, would it have killed him to tell me what it was? There are many aspects to the incident this time. Too many, to be honest. Considering that it may be good to look back on everything that's happened.
So then,
Would you like my help? Yeah, let's look back on things. This morning only 4 of us met at the dining hall, Hina, Kyoko, you and myself. We waited for the others, but nobody showed up, so we decided to go look for them. It was around 8 o'clock when we began our search, and soon after we split up, Kyoko disappeared. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on 3rd floor. Quickly came and got you and me. According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious individual and lay unconscious for about an hour. In other words, she was like an hour before we found her, meaning just after 7 o'clock. Based on the picture of Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume. It was Robo Justice. It all became clear that this Robo Justice had dragged Hifumi away. After meeting up with Toko and Byakuya, we began searching for the costume assailant. We found an injured Hifumi in the library on the 2nd floor. We took him down to the nurse's office on the 1st floor, then resumed our search. But not long after leaving the nurse's office... What's wrong? I saw a shot of something moving around at the top of the stairs. Based on Celeste's claims, we went back up to the 2nd floor, where we split up and began searching. Then, right after that, Celeste screamed. This time she had apparently even seen the suspect on the 3rd floor. Hearing her screams, we quickly made our way to the 3rd floor. Celeste, what's wrong? It was a rather intense scheme for someone like you. I saw him, this strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs as he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared. God, my head hurts, I don't know why. And then... what was that? It came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. That's bad. Come on, we have to go back. At that point, we decided to split up into 2 groups. Yes, Hina and I went back to the nurse's office, while you, Byakuya, and Toko pursued the suspect up on the 3rd floor. And when we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi's corpse, which is also when we had the body discovery announcement play. I left Celeste and Hina alone and headed back to the 3rd floor to tell the others what had happened.
however,
But at the same time, we had discovered Taka's body in the equipment room, which means Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered right at the same time, because I remember hearing the body discovery announcement played right after finding Taka. And that's when I showed up and told you and Byakuya that Hifumi had been killed, right? Then you, me, and Byakuya all headed back to the nurse's office. Leaving behind Toko, who had fainted. But as soon as we left the psychic lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd just arrived to tell us something very unusual. Hifumi's body had disappeared. We hurried back to the nurse's office to discover that his corpse was in fact gone. Then we remember we had abandoned the unconscious Toko and rushed back to the equipment room. This can't be happening. Hallucinating all this for something? This time Taka's body had disappeared. So from there, we began our search for both of the missing bodies, and after some time, Celeste told us she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository. And there we discovered the 2 bodies that had apparently vanished. And that brings us up to now. Looking back, things have certainly have been very active. If you want to look back at the case again, just let me know. I'll find you time.
So,
Makoto, I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository. Huh? What is it? After Hifumi-saka's body disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together.
but
He came right to the repository to, look around. But when he got there, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside. It was locked? And he came here as soon as the search started. So there's no way someone could have beat us here. So that's true then? So if that's true, then who locked it? And why is it unlocked now? I wondered the same thing. Door was locked when the search for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there. But I'll probably have to leave this area to figure it out. Yeah. There can only be locked from the inside the repository, which makes me wonder. Hina and Sakura both confirmed that the door was locked after the search for the bodies began. The door is designed so that it can only be locked from the inside the repository. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone had already gone in the repository and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. So that's certain someone. Hina claims that there's no way someone could have beaten them to the repository. Was it the killer who's still roaming free, or just one of the victims? There's gotta be a clue around here somewhere. Maybe I should check somewhere else. There are some places that I already know about. First the nurse's office where Hifumi was found, then the equipment room where Taka was found. I would go to Taka because I just here, so I don't go like back and forth that much. Justice Hammer 4, the weapon that was used to kill Taka. The body was moved, but the murder weapon was just left here. There's some kind of tire mark going through the pool of blood in the middle of the room. That reminds me about the dolly in the repository. There was blood on its tire. Could that blood have come from here? Which could mean that Taka's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository using the dolly. Both rooms are on the first floor, so that should definitely have been possible. But even if the dolly was used to move Taka's body, what about Hifumi? Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office on the first floor. Yeah, with a dolly, there's no way to get up to the third floor. It's still a total mystery. I was living like here when the killer carried the body away. I'm so happy I missed such an ultimately rare event. The star. I feel like I've seen it before, just recently too. Just coin? Really? No, okay. I already streamed for over an hour? Really? God damn. There's just so much going on that I didn't even notice. God damn it. I'm trying to run and open the tab and I just opened Steam. Justice Hammer 3, the one that was used to kill Hifumi. Son moved the body but left the weapon behind. refrigerator. I wonder if there's anything to drink inside. After everything I've been through, I'm totally parched. Maybe just a quick peek. There's a bunch of blood pockets in here for blood transfusion, I guess. It doesn't help me, though I'm not a vampire. Just a normal trash can. Huh, wait, there's something inside. It's too small to be a handkerchief. It's a glasses cleaning cloth. It's got some kind of cartoon character on it. But it's also covered in blood.
Oh.
Ah, did you find something? Yeah, there was a cleaning cloth in the trash can.
Huh?
Cleaning cloth. And it's all bloody. However, whoever this belongs to must have used it to wipe up some blood. But who would need to do something like that? I haven't the slightest idea. Yeah, me neither. Me either. But I think it might be important. What are you investigating, Celeste? I am not investigating anything. Precisely speaking. I am simply going out, seeing if Hiro might be hiding somewhere. What about you? Oh, you know, I'm just checking this and that. The main thing on my mind is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body.
Let's see.
How Hifumi was moved, eh? With this ability, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
Yes, indeed.
Correct. Hina was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom. And when you got back, the body was gone. It could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. Yeah, Hina said the same thing. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time?
Indeed.
It would seem so. To carry off someone as big as Hifumi in only a couple of minutes is... I can think of it as anything less than impossible. Celeste account. The area. So this is where you were. I've been looking for you. You have? I wanted to thank you for what you did. Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of ours very interesting indeed. We should go to Hero's room. Oh, and let me give you this. Meet in the dining hall. This is the note Hero wrote to get us all to meet up, right? You remember well. Well, the penmanship was pretty remarkable, so it left an impression.
It's all clear now.
Anyway, this makes it clear, right? It is a trap. What is... Things grow ever more exciting. What are you talking about? I've already repaid my debt. I don't owe you any more explanation. Goodbye. So Hero's message. So he said to go to Hero's room? But what's waiting for me there? It's getting interesting. There's so much things that like so much is going to my march must be locked. What? So here, door is unlocked. I guess I can go inside. Okay, I did say to go look. It might not be a great idea, but I'm gonna take a plunge. What? Oh, bro, I don't even have anything in my room. Like, what the hell? This is Hero's room. There are all kinds of weird stuff in here. Where'd he even get it all from? Yeah, but he still hasn't turned up. Which means he can't really accomplish if I don't get his permission. To search his room, right? surveillance camera. There's no point worrying about it right now. I need to just forget about it. It's kind of breaking. The animation, I mean. It's a normal bed, it's pretty much just like the one in my room. I think there's something in the cardboard box. It's blueprints for something, and some things made out of, it looks like cardboard, plastic and plaster? Is this Robo Justice? And it's in Hero's room. But wait, these blueprints, something about them bothers me. Oh, because he has not a very good writing? Understand. Get out. Okay. So let's check the bathroom. There's nothing in here. It's pretty grungy though. How does a bathroom even get this dirty? Well, student life. The area, yeah. Makoto, big news! Big news! What's wrong? Found Kyoko. What? Is she okay? Where is she? Wait, I wasn't done. There's more big news.
Just a second.
Robo Justice showed up too. Robo Justice? It's Hiro wearing the costume.
Okay.
Anyways, as soon as you can, head to the pool on the second floor. To think Hiro and Kyoko would turn up at the same time. Oh yeah, I have to head to the pool. And off to the second floor as fast as I could. Kyoko, and...
I mean...
Phew, man. I've had the worst day. Hiro? Hiro? Yeah, who else would it be? That's a good question. Huh? What? Why do I look like this? Did someone come along and remodel me while I was sleeping? Was it the old Illuminati?
Right.
I found Hiro. He was jamming to the pool room locker. It looks like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him in and woke him up.
Don't be mean!
Still can't believe you kicked me. Could have been a little more gentle about it, like, I don't know, caress my face or something?
What?
That's creepy. Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? You just disappeared all of a sudden, without a trace.
Well,
There was something I had to check out. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't. Never mind. I can't. Never mind.
it's nothing.
Never mind.
Hey,
More importantly, she's dead. But does she have any idea? Does she know people think she might be spying on the mastermind?
and?
First of all, Hiro, you need to explain to us why you're dressed like that.
I mean...
Oh, well, I have no idea. 1 second I was asleep, don't even know how that happened, then I woke up, and then I was here. Don't care. Do something about that costume. Do something about that costume. It pains me just to look at you. Well, I know what's wrong with this thing, but I can't get it off. Help! Would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? Why did I make this stupid frigging thing?
It would seem...
It's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. Looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. You don't really have a choice. Let's help him. It took everyone's help, but slowly we were able to get Hiro out of the suit. Took a few minutes, but eventually we got all the pieces off. Yeah, free at last! Isn't it kind of weird how perfectly the suit fits Hiro?
So then...
More to the point, nobody but Hiro would be able to wear that costume. Wait, what? Hold on a second.
Honestly,
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints went in your room as well.
is that okay?
bot in chat. Yeah. Is it? Wait. Is it? When I get them. Oh. I hate it. They. Boom. Boom. Thank you. I look at the name. A very nice name, I need to say. Other words, it is obvious to everyone that you made this costume. That's true. I saw the blueprints myself. Yeah, me too. Then it's obvious. The one who put this costume on and went around attacking everyone
That's terrible.
was Hiro. Shall we tie him up and gag him?
Just the worst.
Good idea. You wouldn't want him killing anyone else. Tie me up? Hold on, guys. I think that's going a little far.
That's right.
He may be a suspect, but he deserves a fair treatment. Yeah, I mean, attacking blueprints. I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What the heck?
You can talk your way out of this. It's been decided. You kill them. What? Killed who? I have no idea what you're talking about. There must be a fake hero running around.
What are you saying?
You're the only one who can wear this costume. So who else could possibly be the costume attacker?
What the heck?
How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on yourself before you convict me.
Okay.
Fine. If you're gonna be a jerk about it, I will. But missing a bit, Hina started putting on the Robo Justice costume.
Huh. See? Look. See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
Oh. Can't bend at the waist. Wait, waist. Oh, waist. Okay, never mind. I was thinking about somewhere else.
That's not a very nice thing to say.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hiro could have fit into this dumb costume.
In a half, Hina took the suit back off again. Well, now we're all out of excuses. No, see, it's casual again. If it was another guy, then... Makoto, go ahead. Oh, okay. Against my will, I picked up the pieces of the floor and tried putting them on. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I can wear this.
Just a second!
See? I told you it was impossible. You're absolutely right. It seems this costume was made to fit Hiro's body exactly.
But...
Then there's another costume. Let's have one that looks the same, but fits them.
Honestly.
If you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
What the heck?
Evidence? You claim there is another suit. Yes, then you must fit it, find it, and show it to us. What the heck?
Just the worst.
Who cares? He was the only one without an alibi. During this whole thing anyway.
Terrible!
Which is how we know it was him.
What?
I mean, is that really true? I have no idea what's been happening. Could someone tell me? Oh, just this costume has been in it to show the bullet.
What the heck?
If you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? I figure out that someone's been killed, right? Hey Makoto, how was it? Well, 2 people were killed, Taka and Hifumi. What? 2 people?
Just the worst.
Why are you freaking out? You did it! I did not! Wait, hold on. If those 2 are the ones that were killed?
How about that?
That's it! I know who did it!
So then,
You may as well tell us then. Taka and Hifumi, we were fighting over Alter Ego, right?
I'm at least 30%.
Which means Alter Ego and or Shiguro must have done it!
correct.
I see. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate?
What the heck?
Stop trying to trick us. Just admit that you did it, okay? I'm telling you, you got it all wrong.
Oh,
I know, that note. Note? Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door. And here's what I said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 AM. But the last thing I remember is going to the rec room, then for some reason I fell asleep.
Hey.
The killer probably dragged me or something.
Just the worst.
What a chance!
So...
No, hold on. He would be onto something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that. Really? I told you, someone's trying to set me up. A secret passage, a chance to escape. Someone wrote all that to trick me. Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you. Well, after being trapped here for so long, even if you know it's a lie, you still gotta have a check, right? They preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy it.
Don't be mean.
Well, you should buy it.
Just a second.
Okay, then show us that note. Well, with pleasure. I have it right here in my pockets.
No
Looks
way.
like I lost it. Yeah, sure. Please, Ella, believe me. I only heard a fly. As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no fucking not more fly. I have no particular issue with that. With what you claim. But if you want us to believe you, give us a reason. What the heck? For serious? It's a hero's account. Okay. Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class shall begins. Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it.
What the heck?
Why? Why did you kill them? Tell us, hero. Oh, it's like I said.
Just the worst.
Was it really to get the money Monokuma offered us? Yeah, that must be it. You must be totally broke. That's why. Wait, it's a full accusation. Someone help me.
What are you saying?
Let's be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you. You have time to yell and carry on. You have time to search for your evidence, right? You're right. I need to look for the second suit and the note. Don't fail me now. I guess I'd better get back to guard duty. I was gonna ask Toko Genocide Jack to switch with me. But if she and Sakura got into a fight, we'd have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye. One by one, everyone peeled away. Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? I want you to help me with the investigation.
It would seem...
Looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground. Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later, when you have time, will you tell me why you disappeared?
Why is that?
No. Project me so simply.
Anyway,
I need your help. You don't mind, do you? Oh, okay,
shall we go?
thanks. Now then, shall we?
Hey,
So, Makoto, please I'd like to examine the corpses. Examine the corpses. I can't believe it, I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me.
correct.
Dead bodies don't lie. You know, they lie the truth. They tell the truth far more easily than the living.
Hey,
Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer?
anyway,
Anyway, we have to hurry before the class shall begins again. Yeah, you're right. And then show me where the bodies are. They're in the repository. I guess we should head that way for now. Can we go on the third floor still, yeah? Yeah. No, we are not in the third floor. Fuck. I missed like 5 times. Can we go to the... here? Because I'm saying I have to hurry to the repository. Yeah, God damn it. Because maybe there was a note. I should save the game. So not the first one, because Dangan did. Hifumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid. But only for a moment.
So then,
Well then, let's get started. She crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding the bodies.
I knew it.
The Monokuma 5 was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel like a little more comfortable. So,
I see.
Makoto, I found something. You did?
Hey,
You remembered the wristwatch Taka's always wore on his left hand. He did?
whew,
Are you so blind to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much? No, that's not it. Anyway, so you said he had a watch?
so then,
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hand aren't moving right. It was slightly broken when he had his encounter with his assailant. And if you notice, the hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock. So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6?
that's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Hey, you! How long you were gonna keep us waiting? The Taka's irritating voice pierced the air as he stated pointing at his wristwatch. Oh yeah. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
In other words,
So if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning. Broken wristwatch has been added to the truth bullet. Okay, good.
however,
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be gripping something. You're right, there's something white in there.
Makoto,
Ayo. Can you try and pry it out? Me? Fucking great question. Me?
because
Richard Mortis has already said it. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? Oh, okay. Just as I don't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. But you're a detective, not me! What the fuck? The ice cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, it was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper.
hey,
Was that all he had in his hand? Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
is that right?
I wonder about that. Kyoko then turned to Hifumi's body.
So then,
Let's check Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he's left us a few clues on his own. The biggest problem I have right now is how the killer was able to move Hifumi's massive body from the nurse office where he was discovered to here, the repository, all the way from first floor to the third, and all without noticing it. No one noticing it. I just can't see how that's possible. Well, it seems died from a blow to the head. He was most likely killed using Justice Hammer 3. Okay, I read that part. They found his glasses were covered in blood. But now they're spotless. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses clean? But who would do that and why? Good question. So, did you find anything? I did, more than I expected, to be honest. Look at this. A wad of paper?
that's right.
Hifumi had it hidden on him. Hidden?
Indeed.
He stuffed it in his pants, so I can only assume he'd hidden it on purpose, you see. In his pants? Wait, so you...
Why is that?
It was just his pants, not like his socks or something. Still bad. I know what that means.
Hey,
That he probably doesn't wash his feet. wash his feet? So. Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto. Open it up. Then I think of how it was stuffed down his pants. It's like... I think when it's... It better be important, Hifumi, or I'll never forgive you for this. A note. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out. Don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 AM.
so...
That sounds very familiar. That's it. It's the same thing Hiro said. Then he was telling us the truth.
However,
Although, it's not exactly the same, is it? Last night someone slipped a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Kuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else. For now, let's meet in the rec room at 1 AM. The time is different. Hiro told us that his note said to meet at 1 AM. But the note they wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet at 6 AM.
Is that right?
Hold on, just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Huh?
So...
Part of it has been torn off, right? I think here's likely some meaning here. There's some meaning to part of it being ripped. Could you maybe explain it a little more? Think carefully.
Hey.
Who would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? Okay, Makoto, are you really that stupid? You just had the body. You just checked Taka.
So then...
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? And how would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what we need to answer. Not
Hey.
Hifumi said. While we edit, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims this time definitely had their e-handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Or that there was any reason to think they were connected to the killing in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
Is that right?
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out on my way to mention them. All I said was that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. A handbook may play a role. I don't think I understand. But if Keiko thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin!
No!
Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death.
I'm scared. God, for a second I thought I had the wrong mic.
And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It would seem...
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You have to figure out the rest of it for yourself and come to a proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Well, we better get going. Okay. Save game. Save game. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. And as soon as we were all there...
Monokuma appears!
Hello! Hello, hello! It's multiplied?
Wrong!
Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so far it only looks like I'm multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma? Can you just get on the elevator already?
Boy!
We're not playing long. Not here to play with you. Okay, fine.
Hey!
Then if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train or elevator. I see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we? Hold on! I'm not mentally prepared yet!
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared! You can't run away anymore, Hiro. You're gonna pay for your sins!
What the heck?
I told you already, I didn't do it, for serious! That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume? Or the note? Well, no, but... Unfortunate. It would seem we have our culprit.
Hey,
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when you get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right, I have to. I could do it. Can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka, the one who killed two of our friends, the killer is someone right here. Took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to move towards the elevator, once everyone was aboard. The doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. The clanking of the elevator kept us on company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to stop. The elevator doors slide open, opening up onto a colorful fade. When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the one.
Only because of you. Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other? What? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute!
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me! Of course I'm gonna start it! I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after the commercial break! I never hold out on you like that! Okay, let's begin! Get to your assigned seats! And so, the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly leader, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Do you want to save? Yes. Set skills. Okay. Let's do this.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only then I'll punish everyone beside now.
We already know who did it.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place.
Alibi?
And we found him in that suit.
Is that alibi? It's alibi.
Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who's it?
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know.
Is Hiro really the killer? Or before anything else, we have to make that clear. Okay, arguments. What do I have? Yasuhiro's message.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second.
I mean, looking at the blueprints, that handwriting is awfully messy. If I remember right, Hiro's handwriting is...
Everything we found in your room.
Oh, it was E.
The blueprints, the suit parts, they are...
I almost didn't hit it. Because of the pink bitch. I forgot how to...
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote. asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
Well, thank you for telling that.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he is not the only one. I think Hiro is innocent as well.
What? Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course, he passed it off to me.
So? Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The suspicious individual in question, the one that must have done it. I don't know! The Illuminati! That's right, I'll work behind the scenes to try and set me up! It was super scary for sure. I just embarrassed myself in front of everyone. So maybe I should think about it again. Hina? Why me? That costume was super... Okay, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't... Okay. It's too big for Hina. Hiro.
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption. And what reason do you have to make such a statement?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Hey.
I got it!
This is one more thing. The things that were used to move Taka's body, they must have the blood trap. Blue trap, not blood.
They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
Tarp, not trap. What? What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body, am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along? And you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway. We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Oh, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. But maybe I can change her mind. I just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. Now has been added to bullet time. Would you like to hear more? Yeah. How about reloading? Starting with the next bullet time battle, we're gonna add one more ingredient to the recipe. One on the bottom of the screen underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just logging on and pressing the left mouse won't be enough to handle them. But now it will cost you one bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of the bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing Tab key. Just like locking on, you'll have to press the Tab key in the time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember that the Tab key now has function along with the RMB and LMB buttons. You will automatically reload at the first of fever time and your ammo will not decrease. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. In which case you can ignore everything I just said. Well then, good luck and have fun!
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
That was a weird one. I did it.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here.
Blood?
When I found the dolly in the
Oh, yeah.
repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jesus, that's really hate me that much.
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo-Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
That's what clearly why the person couldn't have done it. What does it mean by that? Because he can move his hips? Just his costume.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
That's wrong!
No, that's wrong.
You can't move your hips. Say that yourself.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
Oh, there's a button here. There's a button here. I can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. Not to mention, usually I can bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
No, it's not just this. Because
I got it!
you can't take it off yourself.
I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? You don't make this stupid freaking thing. That's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It was pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. You don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right!
So, it's really, really true that Robo-Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
It made my that song made my ear feel weird. What? Yes.
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo-Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that?
I think he fall.
Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? A guy hit me. What guy? Robo-Justice. That's the guy who just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, without a doubt. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
Strong. I saw his shadow. So we're moving around the top of stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the
She is
second floor.
lying. I think she's lying. It was to finish off Hifumi. Because Taka was already dead at 6 AM.
And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste was wrong. Was a rather intense scream for someone like you. Saw him, this strange costume man. I read it like 5 times already. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then...
Huh? What was that? It came from upstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. That's bad. Come on, we have to go.
At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time.
Not really. Because the announcement was twice. And not at
Because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
His body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. We're hallucinating all this or something.
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Imagine he didn't know what happened to Taka. To cover the truth in this case, I have to find them no matter what.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
How do I speed it up?
I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
What's that? That makes me. What?
So, regarding, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi, while Taka's death, came.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Justice Hammers were numbered, but were they really used in that order?
So, regarding Taka, I wonder if we, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Bitch!
True that Hifumi was killed with while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
That proof is fun. It's what time he must die. Watch. Just watch. Immense Gambit. Wristwatch.
Now I understand. I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night,
Hey, you! You were gonna keep us waiting! Gus irritated voice used the air as he started pointing at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
What was that? It came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the room. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office. And that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on.
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared.
Kyoko!
So they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
I have no idea.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
It could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then, the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time? It would seem so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Oh, he cleaned his glasses himself and oh. That's why the announcement was later.
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another... ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
He's still alive. Is it really possible? I think so. Like someone cleaned he cleaned his own glasses, so... Oh, cleaned his
Are you
glasses.
saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And
Which
you
is the
know
body?
that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Missed it.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you've heard the body, but Hifumi's dead body had been found, and that is why the... Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
But Hifumi and Taka's body were discovered at almost the same time.
Are you saying that when we first found there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
What? No! How? You mean the source sired me? Please stop wasting my time. Fail. Really? Nobody believes me. I haven't. End of the bed. Well done.
Is this...
Another shot? Yes.
To give up yet.
I won't get this achievement for doing it the first time. I don't even know why I had so little health. Broken wristwatch. But broken wristwatch doesn't help me anyways here.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead. Without and you know that surely you heard the body discovery of Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Fucking... I don't even know if I'm
Are
ready.
you saying that when we first there's a chance
He was actually...
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body, Hifumi's dead body, and that is...
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Broken wristwatch? It wouldn't make sense.
Hifumi in the nurse's office. There's a chance he was actually still alive.
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt. And you know that. Surely you heard the body discovery amount. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Are you saying that...
I am getting irritated. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Okay, no, I'm going for a guide. Cause... What am I supposed to... Like, what? Try it the other way... Wait. Try it the other way around. Oh, you mean... Wait.
There's a chance he was actually still alive.
No. It is impossible.
Wait, what do you mean?
Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Shoot!
What? We're still alive.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
He was still alive? Okay.
It is impossible.
But I shot both! I shot both! But I shot both! I'm pretty sure!
He was dead, without a doubt.
First thing I did was shoot this one.
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement.
I shoot this one. The first thing I did.
And that is why the announcement was...
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's...
This one I also shoot! What am I supposed to do? What do you mean? I am... Then use the last statement. Wait, okay, wait, I can use my last statement. Yes.
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
So I can use the...
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovery of Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Okay, thank you. That's because I didn't know it goes with the bullet you choose in the first time goes with when you replay it. I fucking hate this game.
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
It looks like you need to do it in the like you can do it on the first try. So
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake.
Well, thank you very much.
I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
For the first
That
time.
didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time. Which means, even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
A body discovery announcement. The first time it played was when we found each body in the nurse's office and the equipment room, and the second one was wonderful. Both bodies were rediscovered.
We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
A body has been discovered after a certain amount of time, which may use however you like. The classroom will begin.
It didn't seem weird
Wow.
at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's
yeah,
take
that
another
is.
look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
If it shows Hifumi was still alive, I have to find it, show it to everyone. I know which one. Hifumi's glasses, yeah, that's the one.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned...
Oh, fuck! Fuck it! Too fast!
Well, here's one. The first time we found him, and then his body disappeared.
And the next time it was in.
But when you compare his body before, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
There was!
No, it's wrong. In fact,
am I so bad?
there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Why was he playing that? That's the question.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
A trash can. And is it Hill?
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean, and the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
That's probably
A
true.
few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
Sure.
That's a good point.
And it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead,
That's why.
what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of
Oh,
blood for
sure.
emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere! But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
Hifumi. Huh.
It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're
And
having
be my
trouble,
eyes.
would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
Oh, yeah.
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
I'm touching this note. How the hell maybe you can use to escape? Nokoma can find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 AM.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 AM.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, The killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro, and that person could only have been...
Taka, give his pants! What the fuck is that answer?
Right, Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy! Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi.
Cat.
Oh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
It's just a choice. And just a choice. Seriously scary, but still, don't let her get to me. How did I, wait, how did I change them?
Huffy had the note,
Okay.
right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Wait, I know.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what time did it say to
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
It does.
No, that's wrong. No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Yeah, I have.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive!
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository, so he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus! Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue. So
I do.
Which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
Happened that was Suzuki Hifumi. To find the truth. Make your argument. I do have a good one. Spotless. Can I just show it? Nah, fuck it.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers!
Nope.
No, it's wrong! The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean. And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used the hammer to kill him.
Whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
Anyways, I know how to work together. That's what we thought at first, but...
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Maybe? I think I
Based on
know.
the rules that have been laid out, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply...
No, it's wrong. Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering.
Ah, shit. Okay, I need to do something. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Oh,
Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
I know.
I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
I think I know why. The effort made to convince us the two murders were the same, that was the main characteristic this time. Hugo must have noticed that fact from the very beginning. That's why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Hugo really is amazing, although when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at it.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
Shuken intending Hifumi to carry out a number of actions and in the end murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way the case was unfolded, when you considered all that, there's only one person who seems to fit. And to be honest, I think it's Celeste.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
Well, you really wanted to make it look like it was Hifumi's,
Joke?
and no, more that hero it was.
So what you are saying then is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi.
Yeah, because he's a bootlegger.
The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit from brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
The only heads common. Encountering the suspicious.
I got it!
Yeah.
The
Sure.
behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking
Probably.
Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
So a shadow, something moving around the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen.
To be honest, like, she was acting very strange for her, so yeah.
Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? Celeste, what's wrong? That's a rather intense scream for someone like you. Again, I'm reading this like 50,000 times already. I saw him, strange costume, and now as soon as I screamed, I was blocking the stairs, so he ended up falling into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Huh? What was that? What was that? Must have been Hifumi, blah 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 blah.
It
See that
was
like
to
50
get
times.
us to divide into two groups, so that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
True. Yeah.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
So I was not expecting this. I was imagining that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything, the whole thing was one big act.
Yep.
Tina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait, then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
Still, they must really be enjoying this. Check the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. Oh, you die, just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, The entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
So the Celeste comment doesn't make sense. He's alluding to that she said those two and she know only about one.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it, what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Wait, maybe I need to... okay, I'm gonna try this one first.
All I said was, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be... We are going to die, just like those guys died.
Us? Okay, no, so it's not us. So it's not us. No, so it might be that so strange one.
Really enjoying the sight of us. They must be... We are going to die. And that is all...
And that's all it takes. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
She could have known only about one.
The sight of us, they must be... We are all going to die. We are going to die. Just like...
No, that's wrong. That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Gaslighting.
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took?
Taka was unconscious.
How do you explain this picture of the
They
costumed
just-
villain dragging Hifumi away?
Well, they just took Taka. Not Taka. Oh my god! They just took Hiro, put him into the suit, and and made it because they work together.
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's
Yeah.
put the suit on. And then...
Well, no.
Then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
You
No.
so quickly forgotten. You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If
Not
everything
barely.
I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
There is. Other explanations. If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi's away, the only other possibility.
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi. but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
So let's think she can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. Is it really possible? I don't think so. Trying to just sound right.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
Blueprints would say otherwise, wouldn't they? She said that she couldn't bend at the waist. Oh, okay, so it's just costume.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across. You tried to make me look like a...
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, the suspect is the person inside the suit. There's no way they could stand up.
No, what's wrong? No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
Child can bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
It was like trying to ride a bike. No.
Checkmate? Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Oh, someone getting angry.
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Hifumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right. I remember. Yeah. Yes, Hiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not?
Yeah, but he was also dying from getting hit on the head. So he was probably messing some things up.
Said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
She sounds like she's trying to go back to her cute voice, but can't. It's just a bit too much.
Yasuhiro Hakakure!
Right! But my name isn't really Yasuhiro! It's actually... Taro!
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
Last names?
That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I?
She takes it a bit personal.
What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
I still want picking up, so then... I'm gonna eat. Oh wow. I was eating. Sorry. I was just trying to make her accept it.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is... Celestia Ludenberg! God damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me, that's the only truth there is!
Okay.
Moron!
Alright, the handbook on the last one.
Hifumi he wanted us to know the killer. If there's one person...
It would have to be you, Celeste.
How many times? Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan to go?
I'm not pretending, and since you have... That's the only truth there is!
Oh fuck! Ominąłem to! Fuck, I missed it.
Hifumi he wanted us to know the killer's last name. If there's one person who...
It would have to be you, Celeste.
How many times? Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me...
Show me a handbook. Show us the handbook.
That's it! The handbook!
What?
Yeah.
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
Handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it! Start it up, it will spell your name. Also make sure you have the right one. Always make sure that I'm aware. It's just not an everyday notebook. There's so many modules, isn't it?
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning. And that'll bring everything to an end.
What? Wait. Right now, so this one. Okay. Oh, okay, I know. This.
Here's
I think
exactly
so.
what happened. Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was...
What?
Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. first, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking them. While the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1, and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack store. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But...
Oh, whoops. Okay, this one I was pretty sure of. I don't know. I have no idea. The tool.
Here is you. So for these there, the killer they wanted to make sure this time with the suspect he fell right into their. While we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is... Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
I lost? I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Oh shit. I'll be back in a second. I'm back. Oh yes,
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge.
As if you're my private instructor.
I am your tractor.
I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Ow. That C doesn't count, okay? That C and B doesn't count, okay? At the end, it's A rank. So,
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote, okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
B movie. Yeah! He probably likes it the most. Because she's a gambler. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The Blackened this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was... Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro!
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Yamomi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
Sergei did approach Hifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she'll rely on her specialty, lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Then did you use... you know... I know you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her. For one who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean... is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
No need to interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop as usual. How sad.
In other words...
Then you're the one that stole it.
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And use it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again? Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually...
Uh,
I was hoping I could talk to you alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
What?
Are you okay with
It was
this?
Taka. He stole it. What?
So then...
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? It turns out, I'd found a use for the digital camera. I taken, you know what, to Taka's earlier and took pictures of it. I deleted the picture as soon as I showed it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him! But how did she do it? She was supposed to air if either of us got close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
What? That
As
is
for me-
impossible. Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh.
He did?
As for me...
Come to my room last night, unannounced, and then it's hard for me to even say it. He abused me.
What?
What? He took pictures. If I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. God, this is I don't even lying about something like that. Fucking. I think I have aim of a stormtrooper, because I just there was a fly on the wall standing still, and I still missed. So hey, I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime! That's a crime! An absolute crime! Hey, I mean, I know it's gonna make you crazy, but I never imagined he would go that far. That far. Fuck it, I say. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm going to kill him!
Unforgivable!
I'm going to fucking kill him!
Most unfortunate.
Wait, please, we go now. You will be playing right into his hands. Huh?
Actually,
The guy is planning to use her to escape. And he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean? The guy is going to try to kill you. Huh?
indeed.
And also he can keep her to himself. That bastard!
Is unforgivable!
Bastard!
Honestly,
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not! How could I? She...
I swear I will save her!
I have to save her!
actually,
Then, would you like to join with me? It just so happens I have to come up with a plan. Huh? Who devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape his dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Hifumi argued without a second thought. Agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. Power of love, even love as twisted as that. Still drive people mad, I would say. To seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. That strange costume Hifumi's creation.
indeed.
Yeah? It was a real pain in the butt too? All I asked him to do was make something that would hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
So why did you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it?
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry.
Well,
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the parts about him playing that? What she's asking is what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him leave.
Are you okay with
That's
this?
simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course, that wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to Hifumi, the plan was... While you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It all seems very straightforward, stereotypical. It just matches the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
so in the end,
So you had planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
don't be mean!
Now you sound like a byakuya.
I wonder about
No,
that.
he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. Yeah, that's quite weird. Nothing alike.
Why?
Then, what made you take these things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? We're talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us. That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life has here begun, my only thought has been escape. But all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little
Obviously that was a lie. couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. When anyone else in here
You little
wanted to get out and relinquish torture. And do you wanna know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
There was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. And what was the dream for
isn't
yours?
it wonderful?
To live in an European castle. A castle? And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers/bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Damn, she's edgy. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life, that was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
There is nothing to be
unfortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream till the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it.
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my only end. I feel nothing.
do you understand?
Oh, I didn't read it. Oh, fuck. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes.
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me whoever you want, however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey,
You just get executed again. Celeste smiled then. And when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own emotions. But that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
You all done? Okay, let's get rolling! And blacken the store of the peace. The peace. And must pay the price.
I prepared a very special punishment!
For her, the ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then... Take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
Burning of the Versailles Witch. Oh, fuck! Now this is... Ugh! Painful. Just painful. Oh. Well, even worse. I mean, not. Who knows actually? What is worse, getting burned alive or getting run over? I think run over is worse. No, better. I mean, better. It's less painful because like you might survive. That's one. Two. Just it's fast. But burning alive, it takes so long. It takes so long, so it's painful and long. So yeah, it's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Has killed my friends, so I can pity her. But also can deny that at one point I considered her a friend too, and for him to just come along and isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't get free of the regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, and here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I'm so really in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're only an embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us? God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give me the rest already. So anyway, Kyokuro, did I see you get some kind of key type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do? Did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body? Oh man, oh jeez. Oh man, oh jeez. What do you mean? What did I do? What did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now? There was I did something to Kyura's body? What does that mean? Okay, things are getting kinda awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here.
Well,
Meanwhile, you guys can go on and enjoy your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shot. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
see ya later.
See ya! Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair, there was one small hope. Hey, Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key that Celeste gave you?
so...
Most likely, the key to one of the dressing room lockers. Huh? Then that means Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we'd better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As I approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm going to go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
so...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I meant. Why you? There's still the risk as a spy, you know. And I'll go too.
What?
You? Please, let me go. Standing here arguing is just going to show more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Requia.
well
Then it's up to you.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? Huh? So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Guys like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah.
So then,
To get into the locker, Kyoko took the key Celeste gave, had given her and unlocked the locker. And as the locker swung open, we saw... Good morning! It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe, thank goodness. I'd never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. Didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time. Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a while longer. So now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but take a second. Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Go, please tell me, what are you trying to do all on your own here at the school? That's why you wanted to come here with me?
However...
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know. That just makes me even more worried.
What?
Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that...
Indeed.
It's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy. Right? And you too. No! I believe in you!
What?
You believe in me? Isn't that obvious? We believe in our friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then...
That's fine.
Fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see? Lord. What I heard from Kyoko then was... Well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm that what she told me with my own 2 eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when I did, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor on it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back. She said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but could Kyoko really be right about it? Well, first off, I'm gonna save because I spent too much time. And we also got about 4 hours. I think that's good enough. Thank you for watching. Let's see if there's anyone I can raid. Always the one. Oh, the one and only. The one and only Kinsunetenko. They just started, so yeah. Let's raid them. Playing Flight Simulator, huh? As always.